Coach, a number of franchise records in the three-point categories fell by the wayside tonight. We tied the WNBA record for made threes in a game. Opening statement.
Obviously, we were pretty locked in from the jump. As many threes as we make, which is great. I was actually more happy with our defense holding that team to 76 points. We play with a lot of possessions. We play with a lot of pace. But when we defend, we become special. So the offense is great, but the defense was even better than me.
Becky, Andy in Washington Review Journal. Becky, that first quarter, you guys just came out with something a little extra both on both sides of the floor. What did you see from your team in that first quarter that really set them off on today's game?
Just locked in. They were locked in. They were locked in at shoot around. I thought Asia really set the tone. Yeah, she came out, she made some shots. Okay, we know that. But defensively, just worked all night. Cam Beige to get 9 shots, like that's really hard to do. And so she was just locked in, and we gave her good support behind her. And just defensively, when we guard, like I feel like we're capable of guarding, I like us. I like us a lot when we defend.
This makes the second game in a row you guys have broken the century mark. Is your offense where you want it to be at just yet? The turnovers have also been down as well.
Yeah, so 27-7 on assist to turnover ratio in a 40-minute game is a really good job. But I think they're getting more comfortable. They're learning where their spots are. They're getting a little bit more of a flow. I mean, they caught us on a night, really. I mean, we shot the ball well. They caught us on a night. If we can bottle that, that would be great. And like I said, that's why I keep going back to our defense, because the ball goes in, the ball goes out. I don't know. We're taking all the same shots every night. But I thought shooting some open ones early on, and basketball is a game of confidence. And you see 1 or 2 go in the basket, you know, people get rolling. So, but it was our defense that got us out and enabled us to run. And then, like I said, once you see the ball go through the hoop, it becomes real fun as an offensive player, especially when you know your teammates are going to find you when you're open.
Hey, Coach, Lakana at Fox 5. Just want to ask you about Kirsten tonight and the energy she brings off the bench, and tell us what you see from her in practice that she's able to come out and execute and close out the game for you guys.
Well, our whole bench, came out and was very solid. And that's part of her becoming a pro. That's 2 games in a row now that I thought that she came in and impacted the game in a positive way with whatever minutes she was given. And that's really all you can ask of your bench players, especially from a rookie. So she's been super solid. She's just making the right play, making the right reads. We brought her in because she can hoop. I mean, she hoops like she's running up and down outside, she plays really free. She plays with a lot of confidence. So I was happy to see the ball go in for her tonight, especially from 3.
Coach, you have 5 more days until you play again, and you got to go to Chicago and play the reigning champions. What did you ask of your team this week in order to get back into the mindset to go into Chicago and handle business?
Well, I told them tomorrow to do nothing and don't think about basketball one time. We've had a fury of games here. And so I need them to take care of their bodies. I need them to take care of their minds. I'm somebody who believes in happy employees perform better. So they need to do what they need to do, take care of themselves, and keep showing up as the professionals they are. But these next 3 games, we're going to get a really solid look at where we're at. Having watched Chicago and some Connecticut, they're going to challenge us in some ways that we haven't been challenged yet this year. So we'll be locked in and ready to go, but it's going to be a really good test. I think Vandersloot's vision is the best I've ever seen. So a lot of respect for her and their whole team. I mean, obviously they're the champs for a reason. But her vision, the way she manipulates the game, controls the whole game. She's really special. I mean, she sees stuff that people don't, you can't teach what she sees. You either got it or you don't. So she's going to put a lot of pressure, and our defense just being locked in, looking at that game.
Chris Wynn, KDW, and Becky, obviously Nika and Liz are big time performers for them. Talk about what you guys were able to do tonight against them from a defensive standpoint that basically slowed them down.
Well, it starts with just a lot of individual pride from De'Erica and Asia. They're a handful. We were locked in, I think, game plan wise on what we wanted to do. And to their credit, they went out and executed it. Like I said, for those guys to only get off 8 and 9 shots is really hard. It's not like they quit playing, you know, it's really hard to do. So the fact that our post players did early work and really solid footwork helped us a lot. And the few times she did catch it deep, it was trouble for us. You know, the whole thing with her is how close you let her touch the ball to the basket. The closer she gets, the more of a problem she is. So we wanted to do early work and just make their life difficult tonight. But it really started with those two guys, ladies, and then, you know, the team defense behind it.
Owen?
Hi, Coach. Owen Pence with Winsider. Sid said the other day that Jackie's been way more vocal this season. Obviously, you don't have another season to compare it to, but what have you noticed from her in that regard?
Oh man, Jackie. Her ceiling is, there is no ceiling. And I thought communication wise was her next step of growth. Because she is a super smart person. She always knows what we're doing offensively and especially defensively. She is always strapped with guarding the opposing player's toughest perimeter player. And then producing on the offensive end. And so what I've really just tried to do is encourage her to talk. I need her to use her words because she knows what she's doing, like share some of that knowledge. So I challenged her early on to just do more talking. And I also think she's just kind of coming into her own, you know, this is her time. And I think she's just been elite, really, really elite on both ends of the ball. So now I just need her to tell everybody about it. She's been good. She's been good. And her, like I said, her leadership, you know, I drew an ATO today and they defended it a certain way. And she knew exactly, you know, she looked over at me after the play was in. I was like, I saw what they did. It's fine. You read it fine. And at the end of the day, you know, I told them, I don't want to be, one time out, I told them, look, I love our offense. That's fine. I'm concerned with our defense. It's still about our defense. I don't care what we're doing offensively. Okay, so we scored more points. That I want to stop people because at the end of the day, I think that's what's going to help us win. Offense comes and goes. The defense always has to remain steady and consistent.
Nick?
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win. When you look at this team, as far as I know, it's still early in the season, but it seems like when Asia really went on that tear in the first quarter, it seemed like it energized the rest of the players. They played like a more cohesive type of offensive-minded basketball. How close is that cohesiveness where it is right now that you've envisioned? Obviously, still a lot of basketball to play, but where do you rate the cohesiveness as far as that goes for right now?
Well, I'm kind of the new kid on the block. They've all known each other, been playing with each other. So they have a lot of chemistry with each other out there. But she's been our leader on both ends of the floor, the anchor defensively in offense. She's involved in basically every play. It's exhausting for her. So it's something that I'm demanding a lot of her. And to Asia's credit, she has been so unbelievably coachable, so unbelievably humble, and so unbelievably good thus far. And she's allowed me to coach her hard and coach her hard in front of her teammates. That's hard. It takes a big person to do that. And she's let me do that. And so, you know, I can't say enough about her. She literally set the tone, right, coming into this season, taking less money. I mean, what more can you ask of your superstar? In a league that we got to pay these girls more, she took less right off top. that sets a pretty high standard for everybody. And due to the people that we have in that locker room, we got a great group of women who happen to be really, really great basketball players.
Last question, Jack?
Hi, Coach. Congrats on the win. Each game you've had a different leading scorer from the previous game. What does that say about your team?
We're balanced, and I'm somebody who I demand the ball find you if you're open. It's really simple. You're guarded, move it. You're open, shoot it. It's not very genius. It just is what it is.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We will let you go and be back with Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and Jackie Young.